We should be good. Hi, good morning. We are back. We are here with our children. Nope, we're here with our children's sermon. Please don't do that. Okay. And we are going to get right to our story, which is following with our lessons today. We're going to hear about God's peaceful world. So here's a little boy, and who's this? Now, this is from the Old Testament, this story. This is from a time before Jesus. I've heard this story before. I don't think you have either, but this is from a psalm, in fact. The people of Israel had been at war, please stop dancing, for a long time. They were tired and weary. They needed a leader who would help them. God promised to send them a leader. A leader would be a strong and wise child who would show them how to live in peace. God promised that the child would come from the King David's family and that he would be an ancestor of Jesse, King David's father. God promised to lead the child. I will always be with him, God said. God promised to make the child wise. A good leader must know all kinds of things. He must be able to make good decisions. The child will be very smart and teach others too, God said. I love you more than all of creation, God told the people. I want you to love me too. The child will know and love me. He will show you how to love me. God knew the child would bring peace to the world. He would be a wise judge who would bring justice to the poor. I love all people and want you to learn to love all people. Whether the people are rich or poor, I want you to love them. Whether they are hungry or full, love them. Whether their skin is the color of chocolate, snow, butterscotch, roses, or anything in between, love them. Then you can live in peace. God promised that when the child came, wolves and lambs would live together in peace. So would leopards and baby goats, as well as lions and calves. If animals, who are natural enemies, can live together in peace, then people can too. The child would show them how to live in peace and love each other. So Sam, this is before Jesus was born, but who do you think God is promising as a child who is of King David's line, of the root of Jesse?
I have heard that story.
You have heard that story before. Who have we heard that? When do we usually hear that kind of talk? Usually in December. Before what?
Christmas.
And what do we celebrate on Christmas?
My birthday.
Okay, the day before Christmas is your birthday. Yes, we're aware. But what do we celebrate? What is Christmas about?
God's birthday and family and loving other people.
But who is born on Christmas?
Jesus.
Jesus. Can we stand still, please? Jesus is born. So do you think that the child that is being talked about in the Old Testament, a child that would love God and teach people to live in peace and love one another, who do you think this child is that they're talking about?
Jesus.
It's Jesus, yeah. So when we think about the ways we live in peace, what do you think it means to live in peace? Do you have a question?
Actually, I was going to say something. I heard another story when one of God's disciples went to go get the child, like pick out the child.
No. What do you think it means to live in peace? Do you see this picture? Here, look.
To live in peace.
What is a little weird about this picture?
That, like, all enemies in this picture, they're sitting together, they're being nice with
What would the lion do with the lamb otherwise?
Nope, actually the wolf would eat the lamb and the lion would eat like the wolf or the goat or the
Sure, but they would eat each other, right? Like this is, the food chain right here.
Like the goat kind of looks a bit scared because the wolf's like looking at him.
They're all a little scared because they're like, wait, what is this about?
Yeah, like
a little bit worried.
The ones that aren't supposed to eat anything, they look fine, but like the cow's like, what's happening?
Because usually they wouldn't feel safe right here, right? But they feel safe because peace has come. right? Because peace is here. So when we talk about the ways we live in peacefully in the world, can you think of one way that you and I can live peacefully in the world?
Not often me, I can try not to be. I can try to listen more, and for you can try not to yell at me.
What about, okay, not you and I like together. What about in the world? What do we try to do in the world that creates peace? We can look out for one another. We can look out for those around us, right? And make sure we don't hurt anybody. We can, so when mommy drives the car, I make sure I don't just go as fast as I want, right? I go the speed limit. I go to be safe. And that's just not safe for me. It's safe for everybody else too.
And it's also the law to not.
It's right, but the laws are there to keep us safe. So we also, when we're with friends and stuff, we make sure we try to share, right? And make sure we share what we have so that everyone can have some. We try to use our manners and say please and thank you and be polite and careful and courteous. We send cards to people that are sick or sad.
Yes,
we celebrate birthdays with people we love, right? Buy presents and we do all those things. So we try to, even if someone is maybe not someone we always think of as someone we spend a lot of time with or someone that we have trouble with, we still try to love them too. Sometimes loving them is just leaving them alone, and sometimes loving them is maybe giving them a little bit of extra care because maybe that's what they need because they're hurting, right? So navigating the world is rough. It's not easy, and the older we get, the harder it is, I will admit. But with Jesus and this message of peace, we know that God is with us always, and that not only is God with us, but God is helping us to learn how to be peaceful with one another and how to live in a way that makes sure people have good lives and good health, right? All over the world. Anything else to add? You want to say hi to Miss Sue?
Hi, Miss Sue. Hi, the girls.
Hi, everybody else.
Hi,
All right. Well, we are glad to be with you this week, and we'll be back again next week for another children's sermon. Thanks for being with us. Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.